What is up, fellow bench warmers? Welcome to your daily fantasy tip. Hey guys, what is up? I apologize for missing yesterday. My name is JJT with Ramesh Eric. I was a bit under the weather yesterday, but I'm okay now. So we'll get back on track to our fantasy discussions. Ramesh, week 14. So far, so good.
Yeah, so far better than week 13 and 12, but it's a long week ahead. Still a long week ahead.
Yeah. So far, I'm still surprised that there are some leagues wherein I thought that I'll be blown out already by this time, but I'm still close. So hopefully, I can still manage to squeeze in some 4-5s in case, and not really those 2-7s or those 1-8s. Anyway, today let's talk about some of the returning players. Paul George returned today in the first half of a back-to-back. We're not sure if he's going to play the second game of the back-to-back, but at least that's good news. Paul George. For how long though?
Yeah, for how long though? I've talked to a lot of people. You guys know how I feel about Paul George already, but if you look at the numbers, he's actually top 20. Paul George, if he plays, he's top 20. So, well, he's done his job when he plays. That's just the problem is how can his body keep up. I looked at the stats because I was gonna do the quick notes today. So averaging like 1.5 steals, like around 2 3-pointers, I think, 24 points. Everything is just there. Even the shooting is improved, has got back to previous levels. So it's annoying that the hamstring and the other minor things here and there has really derailed his fantasy season. If not for the hamstring, we could have maybe we're probably gonna talk about him in a different light, this season because he's been good. He's been good.
Yeah, he is in the same category as Jimmy Butler, who's also been good.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
That's
I
true.
mean, those players, both those players. It's the thing is about Paul George. When he gets injured, though, it seems worse than you know, worse than Jimmy Butler's injury. I think Butler sits out, even with the lightest of injury. But Paul George, usually the injuries are more serious than what we think.
That's true. That's true.
That's why
th-
he misses a lot of games.
that's the thing though with these guys, with Butler and Paul George specifically. I do remember them very, very, very well because they cost me in my bottom finish last year. So I remember I have a Paul George Butler last year. That was my 1-2 punch. This is what they do. They tease you like this, so that next year you'll still remember like, yeah, they were good. This Butler's top 10, whatever. Paul George is top 20. So you're still in your mind, and then that will, lure you into drafting these guys. But, yeah, be careful next season. Be careful with the draft next season. With Paul George returning though, I think the Clippers are almost healthy,
Yeah.
except John Wall. Except John Wall, who's out
Well,
for
he's
2 weeks.
still. Oh yeah. Well,
He's out with an abdominal issue. So he's the only player out right now. Now that they're healthy, if you have Marcus Morris, maybe if you have some of these guys, I'm not that confident about their values. Even Norm, but I'll try to keep Norm because he's hot. When he cools down, I might change my mind.
yeah,
When the Clippers are healthy.
and Paul George and Kawhi probably get some rest here and there from time to time. I would assume and I would expect them to. That's how the Clippers are usually. Clint Capela also returned, but came off the bench. Right, he came off the bench. Did not start. It was still Okongwu who starts. What do you think would happen between these two players? I mean, Okongwu has been hot. I mean, Okongwu has been the guy we've all been wanting, we've all been expecting. With Capella out, early this season he was really bad. Okongwu. Now he's kind of picked it up, and this Capella return complicates some things about Okongwu.
It does. He definitely gets hit. No, we don't have to discuss how much hit he get. If he does get hit or not. But how much though? Will you hold him or not? For me, I hold him and then give it 4 games, 3 to 4 games more. See what happens. My prediction is probably gonna be clean 50-50 split. That's my prediction. 24-24, 25-23, somewhere there. It's not gonna be like the early part of the season. Okongwu was played so much better, and the Hawks are improving and played well with Okongwu. So I don't think they're gonna change it much. So it's Capela who will actually take a bigger hit than Okongwu, in my opinion. That's my opinion. I don't know. I don't know if that's what you
we
guys
don't know
agree
what
with.
will happen, but
Yeah.
the guy who has taken a major hit is Isaiah Jackson, who I don't know, 1 minute. I don't know what happened. I'm not even sure he got injured or what, but Myles Turner returned. That's what happened. And he played well. Myles Turner played well. But 1 minute, what he
Um,
played 1 minute and 30 seconds, something like that. And who
I
wasn't
don't
even in foul
understand.
trouble.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I mean, he started had 7 blocks in 2 games, double double in 1 game. Even if Myles Turner came back, why doesn't he play like 15 minutes? Even just 15
Yeah, that's
minutes.
it. That's my
I
point.
I don't know. I don't know if it's a matchup thing or maybe they just don't see him as an every game player. But whatever it is, sadly, you have to drop him if you picked him up. No, that's just how it is.
You drop him or you wait another game.
I had a lot of Jacksons. I told you
Me
I got him
too.
in 4 leagues. The thing is, I also have a lot of Gabe Vincent, which probably we're gonna talk about also.
Yeah.
So I got Vincent and Isaiah Jackson, thinking Myles Turner and Kyle Lowry will be out for week 14. So I already planned that. Now if I drop both of them right away, that's 2 moves right away.
Yeah.
So and then there's not much really there in the waivers, so I kept both of them for the meantime in some leagues. But in others, I dropped him. If he was the worst player in my league, the only streamer I have there, I dropped him. I dropped him already.
What I cannot really understand is that, from what that game without Myles Turner, a couple of games without Myles Turner, how many minutes did he play there? 27, 28 minutes,
Yeah,
25
something
maybe.
like that. Something like that.
The drop off was just so significant that's really annoying that now it seems like, if you're really trying to battle your way for a playoff spot, it seems like you are going to be forced to drop him. Uh, or if you haven't yet, maybe wait for tomorrow's game. They have a game tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's also another thing. I mean, for me personally, I haven't really dropped him in any leagues I pick him up. I just wanted to see how it looks like tomorrow.
I
Where
I actually dropped him just a while ago for Wenyan Gabriel. I'm not confident in Wenyan as much as, Isaiah, but I'm just playing the odds here. I think Thomas Bryant is going down in his performance. Wenyan is getting more minutes, and I think Wenyan is going to play more than Isaiah Jackson tomorrow. So I just played the odds. I haven't made a move in that league yet, so that's what I did. I'm still
yeah,
thinking about other leagues because Wenyan is available in all leagues. So just to give our listeners some perspective of
he is.
who
He
we will
will
maybe
be.
drop for.
I've seen Isaiah Jackson being dropped in a couple of leagues, but not all of the leagues. He has been dropped. So I think
Yeah,
managers are
yeah.
still weighing on what will happen tomorrow. If he gets another 5 minute game or even 10 minute game, I think he would be dropped already in a lot of leagues, just because of the minutes. And maybe wait for the Myles Turner injury once again. Gabe Vincent, you mentioned, did not play well last game, but maybe because of the Tyler Hero's return as well.
Yeah. And
Partly because the shot, of course, they have to share the shots, and Tyler Hero is probably the second or the primary shot maker there in Miami.
but Lowry
Drop,
is questionable. Lowry is
drop.
questionable for the next game. If Lowry plays tomorrow, yeah, he's a drop. If Lowry doesn't, I'm good. I think he has a decent value and low end, like Monte Morris, maybe kind of a value. Not not what you would get if Tyler Hero's out. But I mean, it's okay. But if Lowry comes back, yeah, that's it. That's it for him. The Miami Heat are also getting healthy.
Yeah.
Lowry's probably the
Caleb's
last big
back, right?
piece left.
Caleb's
Yeah,
back.
Caleb's back. Yeah.
So Larry's could come back. So we'll see. We'll wait for that. Let's talk about injuries for a bit. Giannis, are you concerned about the Giannis injury?
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. I think the problem with Giannis' injury is it's not like KD or AD or even Steph, that it's a real injury that happened in the game, a contact injury that, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Giannis is like, a chronic injury kind of a
This
thing.
is like a
He has
maintenance
missed,
thing for him.
yeah, but he has missed 4 games. And then, as you said, yesterday was probable. Today he was really out. I think questionable today. Probable yesterday, and then suddenly they ruled him out. So maybe he really feels something there that they don't want to force it. As I said already a lot of times, they have a 3-day break coming
Yeah.
up, three
After
days.
this.
So if he doesn't play after the 3 days, that's really a big red flag for Giannis and for his owners. To watch out really. If you're scared of what that knee looks like or what will happen, then you can, when he comes back, maybe try to see if there anything you can do, any trades. AD reportedly is about to come back around February, early February, according to
Come on.
Shams.
I thought it was
Yeah,
about next week.
no, early
Talking
February.
about
Just
February. February might be the real timetable. That's a month already, more
yeah,
than a
but
month.
well, at least he's coming back. Maybe there's a timeline now,
Yeah,
and
I
then
was just
and
surprised when you said that he was about to come back. So I was thinking maybe this January or this
it
a road trip
it's
or
18 already. No, I mean it's 18 in 2 weeks time. That's February. So
yeah,
so
but
for I mean week 17
yeah, I
is
get
still
that. I
early
get
enough.
that. I get that. But
Week 17 is still early enough because you still have probably 2 to 3 weeks or even 4 weeks before your playoffs. You might be able to make a run when he comes back, and looks like there's no pain, no anything. As long as he doesn't re-injure that, I think he'll be fine. So that's very good, very very good news.
now, do you trade for AD?
No, no. It's too risky. Too risky. If I can trade for him using a fifth round player, fourth round player,
Third round. Come on, third round. Let's say a third round player.
it's just too risky. It's just too risky right now for me.
Darius
Depends
Garland,
on which third round player. Garland, no.
Fred Van
Uh,
Fleet.
Van Fleet, if it fits what my team wants, needs, I can see that because Van Vliet is a problem himself, even if he's hot right now. He's a problem himself, like Giannis. The same thing with Giannis. It's a maintenance chronic injury thing. So it's a problem. It's gonna be a problem. So given
Giannis for AD.
I no, I'll keep Giannis. No. I'll keep
Because
Giannis.
he might be you might
There are certain players I would trade Giannis for because of this injury, but I know it's very highly unlikely you can get him. Like let's say Tatum, that's highly unlikely given all these injury problems of Giannis. But I mean, I'll still be picky if I own Giannis, on who I could trade him for. Yeah.
all right. So AD, watch out for that. February. It just caught me off guard. I thought it was in the next week or so. Um Rudy Gobert went down once again with an injury. I think he's trying to force it now. He was questionable the other game. And
Yeah.
actually, I thought he was going to miss that. That's why I picked a bunch of Nas reads. But yeah, he went down. Tried to play through it, but he also re-injured it. Not really the year for Gobert. And I've seen some comparisons already. Walker Kessler, Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, I put it out there. I put out the Walker Kessler trade. A lot of comments about that. Some people saying it's too early. For me, it's not too early. I didn't comment
Too
anymore.
early
I don't
for
want to
what?
fan.
It's too early to judge the season of Rudy Gobert?
Both judge the season of Gobert, judge the trade, judge the trade
But
itself. But
but
for
this is more about Gobert, right? Not really about Walker Kessler. This is more about Gobert underperforming this year.
that's one, but the way Kessler played makes it really. I mean, it's both. I cannot divide one to the other because Kessler, the way he played yesterday, the past few games when Olynyk is out, yesterday 21 and 4. I mean, that is third, fourth round, even higher potential. And he's playing like Gobert, as people have said. He's playing like the
Yeah.
vintage Gobert. And
It's,
they got
you know,
him.
this
And that's
is
why I highlighted the trade. They traded Gobert for Kessler, for Malik Beasley, for 4 first round picks and 2 pick swaps. That's 6. That's
yeah,
6 draft picks. You don't have. It's not too early. It's a bust, and those kinds of trades will get general managers fired easily.
yeah,
Easily. That's just too bad. I mean, if it's KD, I would understand. If it's like Anthony Davis, I would understand. But Gobert, and people are defending it, saying Gobert doesn't is not really a scorer, so don't judge him with scoring. But as we both know in fantasy, let's just talk fantasy. It's not just about we don't care about the scoring. We really don't
yeah.
care about
We
the
don't. We
scoring.
did draft Gobert
For the
because of the
scoring.
scoring.
Yeah.
The scoring is actually a bonus, right? If he gets 15 points,
Yeah.
20 points, that's a bonus for us, right? The biggest thing for us is the rebounds and the blocks.
Yeah.
Rebounds and the blocks. Those two are the biggest ones. And the blocks, like we've highlighted, throughout the season, KD averages more blocks than Gobert. A lot of players average more blocks
I
than
think
Gobert.
Kessler is already averaging more blocks than him. If I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken. Yeah. So if Kessler gets as much minutes as Gobert, and it's not even a argument anymore.
Gobert is
Right.
a disappointment already at this point. I don't
I think
think
you were gonna say bust, but you
yeah,
stopped
he's a bust
yourself.
at this point. No, yeah, well, he's okay, but not that second, third round okay. The question is next year, do you draft Kessler higher than Gobert with this big drop off from
I
Gobert?
have to wait for what happens in the off season with Utah. That's a lot of variables there. But assuming it's the same situation, I would probably consider that. Somebody asked what round you pick Kessler. I said fourth round at least. Next year, fourth round at least. I think that's
Yeah.
where he will go. That's where he will go. This year, he was what 100 early on. He was 115, 120.
Let's not
So
even talk about the draft position he was in. He was dropped. So
he was dropped.
most
Yes.
likely the players who own him now probably didn't draft him. They got lucky. They just picked him at the right time, right? Let's not care
Guilty.
about yeah, but it was a rightful drop anyway. He wasn't even playing
Yeah.
much early in the season. I mean, these things happen. We know that. You can't hold on to him until like he's a very luxury stash early on. And early in the season, right? You don't stash a player who doesn't play much, right? Or who doesn't do much. So yeah. Let's see if this continues. I think the longer Olinik is out, the better for Kessler to stay
I
there
I
for the
I
remainder of the season.
suggested that Olinik Kessler starting lineup. I don't know if the coaches of Utah listen to us, but if they do, I'm just suggesting that looks like a good combination.
And then
I know they
Laurie, the small
Laurie is
forward.
a small forward. Yeah, Laurie is a small forward. Nah, just suggesting.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Another injury. Last one, Donovan Mitchell got injured the last game. And this is where I realized why teams like having stars, right? Why teams try to get as many stars as possible because they can rest certain stars and just
Yeah,
play certain stars. I mean, in the era of load management, it benefits you to have one or two or three stars there that can carry your team. And unfortunately for us fantasy managers, it's tougher for us because that means lesser games for players we drafted. But Donovan, one of the more durable players, I guess, in the league. Hopefully not too long. But Garland, of course, gets a major boost here. There's a big difference between the Garland without Donovan plus the Garland with Donovan. And if you drafted Garland like in the late second round to early third, you probably get that value if he is without Donovan. He probably
yeah.
drops a round or two with Donovan there. The way Donovan's been playing.
The good news with players like Donovan, even Tobias, who I highlighted today, is that they get injured, but it seems like it doesn't linger. It's like the opposite of Paul George and Jimmy Butler. It's like the opposite.
Anti Paul
like
George.
Young. Even Trae Young, right? They get injured. Ja Morant a little bit also. They get injured, but somehow they just come back faster.
Yeah.
For Donovan, his injury is strained groin. We know we have a lot of groin injuries this year. I don't know, the balls of these NBA players are just getting bigger or whatever. But a lot of groin injuries. I think he's gonna miss some games, but I don't think it's gonna linger. I don't think it's gonna be an issue with Donovan. Tobias' injury looked scary, and today he was 22, 6, 6, and 5 steals.
Yeah.
So,
and he did miss a game.
Tobias been quietly good.
Did he miss a game?
Quietly good this season.
Did Tobias miss a game?
He missed one game. Just one game. Yeah. Tobias missed one game. Just one game. And he came back and playing like nothing happened.
Yeah.
So Tobias is gonna be like Brook Lopez they will have a contest in the awards night about veterans who shocked us.
Yeah, but we've known Tobias to be a very durable player.
Yeah,
and he's been solid this year. He's been solid. I know you weren't too high on Tobias, but he isn't the usual high pick that we usually pick him. But yeah, that's even better because he's playing better than that right now. Yeah. So anything else, Komish, you want to get off your chest for week 40, or at least today?
Well, TJ McConnell, just want to bring him a little bit up. People will ask, 29 points, something, 8 rebounds, 11 assists. Is that really something, he can do whatever? No. He's not going to shoot 4 out of 4 3-pointers, score 25 points in the first half. That's not going to happen again. Yeah. There are games like that for some players, and he just had a hot night. But the average of 12, 7, 2 steals, I think that's sustainable. If the hype machine goes so much higher and you want to cash in, because even if Haliburton's injury is serious, I think he's gonna be back at some point. If you can cash in on McConnell, thinking of the playoffs already, you do it. He's good. He's been very good.
So yeah, PJ McConnell. Hopefully you picked him up. And you're not like me who just picked up one PJ McConnell. But yeah.
Don't drop your nembhards though. Don't drop your nembhards. I feel like he's just taking. A long.
Like I said, he's gonna have a good game at some point. But if you want more, we talked about this. If you want more consistency, you go TJ. If you want higher upside, you
nembhard.
Nembhard. But of course, the lows can be really low. I've seen some nembhards being dropped already in some leagues. So yeah, understandable. I think he's not even a very interesting pickup just because of the way McConnell's been playing. Everyone's eye is on TJ McConnell, and no one's really looking at someone else at this point. All right, that's it for our Daily Fantasy Quickie, guys. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. 9 games late tomorrow. Is it 9 games? Yeah, 9 games late.
Yeah.
And then another quality game day. I think 5 games or 4 games. So, good luck with that. And I said, follow us, subscribe, follow us on our socials, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow for another Daily Fantasy Quickie. Bye, guys.